G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is Things Desert Eagle, or Deagle for short. This is a lore-friendly weapon. Originally, they're in Fallout 1, only because the lead designer, Chris Taylor, professed that this was his favorite gun during the development of Fallout 1. So this weapon was sort of like your mid-game pistol before you got to your 14mm and your 223 pistols back in the original Fallout. It was also in Fallout 2, but yes, completely lore-friendly. And unlike all of these tactical, realistic Call of Duty-like versions of the Deagle, this thing looks like it's been a little roughed up over the 200 years past the start of the Great War. Just like the version from Fallout 1, this thing is chambered in 44 Magnum. It uses a 10mm animations, so if you've got a 10mm animation replacer, then that'll replace these animations too. And it utilizes the combat shotgun sounds. Gives it a nice little punch, but it's far too recognizable. I think what they could have done is tweaked around the sounds a little bit. Maybe spliced in some 10mm sounds just to give it that little bit more of a pistol feel rather than it sounding exactly like a shotgun. And of course, this thing is based off a real-life firearm of its namesake, made by IMI, that's Israeli Military Industries, developed around the 1980s, so the sort of the early 70s to early 80s, produced from 83 onwards and has been upgraded and tweaked many, many times. Can be chambered in many different rounds. The most sort of famous and powerful, biggest round is the 50 Action Expresses, but this thing's firing the 44 Magnum rounds, which are still big, but not quite as massive as the 50s. Okay, time for attachments. This is not the most extensive count of attachments we've ever seen on a Deagle, but I feel like it's serviceable enough, so we'll start off with the receivers. So we've got a standard one right now, light frame for lighter weapon, less damage, heavy frame for much the opposite, heavier for more damage, calibrated for critical shots. There's an automatic receiver here if you feel like it, and a hair trigger receiver, which is basically your standard, but you can fire it faster, brings up your DPS by a huge amount, which is interesting. Let's go for a heavy frame receiver because I want to push this thing for as much damage as I can possibly get. Next up, we've got the barrels. You can extend the barrel out a little bit. It'll give you a little bit more range, not that much. We'll make it slightly heavier too. I'll take all of the extra range that I can get, and we will move on to the next one, which is the grips. You got a standard grip here, just some wood and tape wrapped around it just to hold it together. And there's a better looking wood version there. Some scratches, some weathering. I quite like that. There's some rubberized stuff as well, and a nice classic grooved grip with a nice patriotic star in there. Superior recoil and hipfire accuracy, but heavier. Yeah, we can live with that. Next up, we've got the magazines. You can have a standard, extended, and weighted versions of these things, which will give you a faster reload, which is nice. 10 round maximum, not too bad for a gigantic pistol like this. Certainly better than a 44 Magnum revolver in the vanilla game. Now we've got the sights. You can have standard sights, handmade reflex sights, which give you, that's the same reflex sight as you'd find on a railway rifle. Interesting. And then there's some, I believe these are DAC reflex sights and the laser sight as well. And a short scope for sniping, if you feel like it. We might utilize that one a little bit later, but let's start off with something like this hollow sight, yes. Next, we've got the muzzle. You can have a muzzle brake or compensator for recoil control. A prototype suppressor, which looks awesome. Doesn't block iron sights. And this bigger suppressor, which we've got a big reflex sight on the top. It'll do better. Very sneaky, blocks iron sights. So the difference here is just sort of aesthetics, if you like. If you're using iron sights, then obviously use a prototype one because it's not going to get in your way. Pretty simple. And a legendary effect is there if you want it. And that's it. That's provided by a legendary modification, but let's not use it. And that's our Deagle. Pretty simple stuff. Let's go and shoot stuff. Oh, probably should have get it first, yes. Okay, so we're outside of Immersive Gunners Plaza again. Here is our Glock. Just kidding. This is our Deagle in first person, and look at those mosquitoes over there. I'm gonna snipe them. Nice. Nice and accurate off its first shot. If we're not getting the sneak criticals, our damage is dropping fairly significantly. Oh, just I get him right behind cover. Okay, good. Hopefully that'll make the gunners settle down now. I'm gonna go back here just to be safe that I don't come and try to find out what exactly shot them. But okay, looks like things have calmed down. Nice. So here's what it looks like in third person. Very, very big pistol. The animations line up okay. The hand that's holding onto that pistol grip is actually getting a little bit of clipping inside the grip there. But you're not going to notice that unless you're looking at this angle, which means you're not looking at your target. So that'll never happen. And there's a couple other ones that I made. That one's an automatic one. It'd be cool if you get a slightly bigger magazine for this thing, but the reload on this thing is really fast, so I don't think that'll matter too much. And there you go. That's pretty much it when looking at it. Let's begin. Oh yeah, we're shooting gunners at 3 o'clock, but we've got a beach volleyball party at 4 o'clock, so we've just up in Bridget's normal camo gear because, you know, she's a tough army girl gunner. So that's the deal. You know, Marvel Rivals have made swimsuits and gaming cool again. It's all trendy now, so why not follow suit? It's a fascinating thing because it's pretty much going against what the film people have been doing for a very long time in them using the sexual exploitation, the male gaze to get attention. Oh good, the mysterious strangers show up. He spawned right in the middle of there and immediately got smashed and pummeled by all of the gunners standing around him. Now we are getting snake criticals with this thing and we're landing for about 170 damage. If I try to do rapid shots, I can get the job done. If I target the torso, I should be able to get him nice and fast, which is pretty good. But as they get closer, this thing will get into its actual proper range. We'll actually start to see some real damage out of it. But we're kind of a little bit too far out here, which is sort of unlike pistols in Fallout 4. Usually they've got a huge range stat because the gunslinger perk gives them that a little bit extra range as you level it up. But what can you do, eh? Yeah, there's a reason I was using the scoped one. I was hoping to get slightly better AP usage out of the version with the reflex sight. Oh, here we go. Not bad. And, ooh, we might be onto a bit of a gun foo streak here, actually. Alright, we'll try to do this without the use of criticals just to stop flattering our damage numbers a little bit. No, that didn't work. I suppose the best thing about this is there's barely any recoil to speak of, and the reload's that fast that you can just sort of keep the DPS going. Which is a-okay with me. Even when you aim down sights, you're not going to have your recoil push your muzzle to the sky as you fire it, so yeah, it's not too bad. Let's go over to automatic one now. Alright, well this is going okay. The damage penalty for having this thing in automatic is extreme though. Like it's past significant. It is very extreme because without all of that extra flashy headshot damage, I'm only hitting for 43. So honestly, what a waste of 44s. Anyways, I'll shoot this blonde cheater in the face. It's a shame. She was kind of pretty. We had to give her some facial restructuring surgery. Nice kill steal there with a 44 Magnum. Oh, look, there she is again. Okay, well, at least they're not in short supply over here. They're just dancing and trying to punch me in the face while I try to Glock her. Okay, we've got a full AP bar. So we should be critting every single shot now. It's time to capitalize on this. And by capitalize, I mean miss shots that I should have easily gotten. I need to lock in here. Oh, there's an invisible man.
Easy now. Hands up.
Yeah, I'm not super impressed with this thing's damage, especially at range. That's killing me. Good God. Might need to have my... I don't know, what could I do? Probably go back over to this one. I've got Ace Operator backing me for more damage. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Oh, concentrated fire. Weird damage difference here. Do I get way more damage for headshots? What's going on here? Hang on, if you stand still, friend. No, it's pretty standard, double sort of damage. Your little baby's gonna kill you. Well, in more shots than I expected. That's okay, we'll just hair trigger this thing Wow, there's a lot of gunners here. Okay, gun through, here we go. And a crit. Another crit. I think the ability to disarm... Okay, that guy just caught fire for some reason. You throw a Molotov at your own dude. I'm gonna pistol whip ya. There we go. Yeah, it's, I think I'm being carried by the fact this thing can do the disarming thing that the Gunslinger perk allows you to do. It's a pretty handy thing to have. But, oh, for some reason, we're just not hitting them for any damage over a range. Nice. There we go. Did the job finally. This is a perfect time for a scope. Just a super awkward firefight there. She wasn't willing to shoot me, and I was shooting her about 10-15 times for her to drop. These gunners have eaten their wheat bix today. Yeah, I think this thing definitely needs more power. There's ways you can balance it by giving it extra power. I mean, you could slow the rate of fire just to curb the DPS a little bit. Or you could make the recoil sort of unmanageable to make rapid fire follow-up shots hard. Go on, do something. This guy's using a 44 Magnum like me, and he's doing up to 900 damage on them, you know? Okay. That's fine. We've slayed all the gunners here. We're not too far, like, gone in terms of health, but we actually kept together pretty well there. So, yeah, one step closer to those pina coladas on the beach. Alrighty, well, there's the Swan. If no one spawned with him, this will make it slightly cleaner. So let's shoot him until he drops. I might actually just VATS max on him just a little bit. If we use all of these criticals, that'll get us started well with the damage. I am aware that we're slightly out of range with this thing, but I'll take all the damage I can get. We've also got a bunch of VAFS criticals that we could use against this guy, but we're chipping away his health bar pretty good. He's creeping a little bit closer now, and ooh, sort of in half caution right now. Okay, I really shouldn't have gotten up there. Now it's on for reals. He's doing the slow-mo walking at me at the moment. Okay, let's light him up. Or at least try to. The automatic... Yeah, the automatic version here just needs a buff. It's ridiculous that I'm hitting him for 27 damage a shot with the 44 Magnum rounds. Where would I be with Ace Operator? In a bad spot, I think. We might be able to use Nerd Rage to our advantage here, because he's only throwing rocks at me. He's not going to do any stomping or any... Oh, nope, there's the stomps. I'll do a little stagger cancel on him. Where's that rock? Oh, it's coming. Dodged it. I stood under the eave. Dodged the rocket for me. Oh. Okay, now we're in Nerd Rage. Let's let him have it. Destroy of Acadia is active, and we're hitting him for 1,000 per shot. Alright. Okay, we did it, and there's a random deer here. Oh dear indeed. Okay, we won. Just. I think that worked out pretty well. It was all in the timing of the Nerd Rage thing. And that is definitely not my blood. There is no blood on Bridget at all. She's still in good shape. Okay, time to fight Mr. Wendigo. This time, we're trying to get a little bit of gun fu happening. We'll go over to our scoped version here and see what we can do. Nothing, apparently. Well, we got a 4-leaf clover out of that. That's nothing to be sneezed at, but... yeah, these are fleeing mosquitoes. They're going to cause problems. Really struggling to hit this spinny little bastard. Yeah, that's the power of this thing without any sneak criticals to boost it. It's a little bit on the weak side for 44 Magnum. There we go. Well, may as well get some gun fu going. Do some sniping from back here. 430 damage. I won't say no to that. And a critical. We'll keep rolling the criticals out. Bad miss. And then, as he gets close, we'll attempt to shoot him with an automatic version. Okay, I think at this point, he's seen me. Which means it's time to get the dance moves out. And possibly VATS maxing again. I mean, per shot, it's really not that impressive, but little by little, we're just whittling his health down. I'm just lucky that I'm carrying so many 44s. Ooh, need a stagger. Oh, good. The power line thing, the pole saved me. Ah, cool. Mysterious Stranger's out. He's lunged at me. If I get a stagger here, he might be able to actually get some good damage in. Oh, nope. Let him have it, Stranger. Oh, that was a headshot for 1,400 damage. He would have given more if he didn't run out of time there. That was pretty good. Nope. This guy's face has just been completely blackened by repeated 44 Magnums, but he's still going after all this punishment. Okay. This is probably too risky. Wow. Our VATS luck at the moment sucks. A timely stagger there because... Yep, okay, good. Well, you've activated the trap card, friend. I think I dodged just in time there because I definitely copped a whack there. Oh, okay. Well, it's just really running it down to the wire here, aren't we? And did you finish off the gunners down here? Because I'm not really in a position to help you. This is actually my day off, so no overtime for Bridget. Let's see how we're going. Do we want one more quick stealthy kill? Sure. And apparently we're coming into this thing already pissed off. Oh, that many shots on a raider wasted with a Deagle. I honestly think I could do better with just a regular old 10mm pistol. Oh, we've got a nice little blur effect happening right now. I think that was the nerd rage thing kicking in. Just blinding hot rage. We can still do alright with sneaking with it though. You know, it's not all terrible. There's little bits that I do like from this. But I think the damage factor just should be a little bit buffed because it doesn't feel very strong at all. Maybe it's, you could argue it's chambering lesser rounds. We're putting in rubber 44 Magnum rounds, you know? I don't know. But, sorry ass. Yeah, you hear me having a bitch and a moan about a Deagle. Yeah, you could argue that I'm a sorry ass. Now, is Mr. Stick gonna go for the Milet Queen today? Nope. And I'm in caution from a raider up there. Well, I'll do something about him. Actually, there's usually one out the back here too, right? Oh. There we go. Okay, warm-up is done. Now we sneak up to a Milet Queen, and this is where this thing should be pretty good because once that Milet Queen turns around, hit her in the face a couple of times. It's a wasted Mysterious Stranger. She goes down. Not too bad. And now, let's hit up this crab. Now, shots are going to be a little bit heavier on the AP usage, but the scope is going to make it slightly more accurate, so we'll do that. And a wheat. I'm doing this during the night so I can stay hidden. Why can I not maintain stealth? Not quite as quiet as I think, I suppose. There we go. We should have a good few shots on him here. We'll have to play this guerrilla warfare style. Now I'm going to go over here. Try to lure him back over here. And now we should be ready to get some shots in. Sneak crits are rolling in. So I suppose you could argue for like a stealthy approach for the 44 Magnum. This has got you covered. I mean, being able to use this grappling hook to get the distance to enable me to hit all these shots is pretty handy. Ooh. I could do the same with a jetpack mod, but this is way cooler. I think. That's a debate for another day. Are jetpacks or grappling hooks cooler? I feel like the grappling hook is way more fun to use because you can just attach to anything, especially in urban areas where you can like lock onto buildings and get yourself some elevation really fast. Whereas jetpacks, you're always limited by your AP. There are some sort of self-imposed limitations. I'm only using the very default settings of the grapple hook mod, so I've got like a 3-second cooldown, but you can turn that off. Like, honestly, with the mod, if you got really good at grappling, you could probably swing around like fucking Spider-Man around Boston, which would be kind of awesome. I mean, you couldn't do it too fast because the creation engine, wouldn't allow you to. I don't know, maybe if you did enough twigging with the creation kit, you could make that happen, but the engine, if you cover distance too quickly, it can't keep up with the loading, and there's a glowing lobster over there. We'll sort him out. And I think you get the idea. So that there was Things Apocalypse, Things Desert Eagle, Deagle thing. It's a cool weapon. I think its damage should be buffed though, just to give it a little bit more punch, because there's lots of other Deagle mods already out there, and this doesn't really stand out as anything that would be... I mean, lore-friendly wise, I think it fits a little bit better than these modern tactical versions of the Desert Eagle, but, well, if you want like a clean Desert Eagle, like there's a lot of other weapons out there to do it better. But if this thing had just had a little bit more punch, a little bit more bite, I feel like it would be a formidable weapon, a better, more useful weapon to use for like an endgame role type of pistol weapon. But that's my 2 cents on it. Just a little bit of a buff needed. If you want to see this weapon in your game, check out the link in the description. It should be down there. Now, we've got a little bit of overtime here, but you can take tomorrow off and sip pina coladas on a beach. That cool with you, Bridget? Like, she wasn't even ready to work. She had no war paint on. She forgot her gloves. Oh, this is a disaster.